Jared, I think you were just taking a glance at the uh, box report. Is there anything that stands out to you about what you guys could have done better?
You know, I don't think even the box report would just describe it overall. I think it was really just an eye test to describe how the game went. We started off really well, and then towards the end of the third, start of the fourth, we started to waver in our defensive schemes and started to get rushed on offense.
And why was that though? Like when this team talks about how they're able to string together those defensive schemes that you're building the discipline in it, why was there a dip tonight?
Huge props to the Warriors and Stephen Curry. You know, that's even how they are right now. They're still one of the best teams in the NBA. I think we're getting a little too sped up, and I think, once a little things start not going for us, we start to waver in that sense.
So with the young group and knowing that everyone is trying to become this great team, what's the next step for you guys? How do you alleviate those moments where you dip or you splinter off?
To alleviate those moments, I think during timeouts, we just have to realize what mistakes we're making, what the plays are that we're messing up on, and just go out and fix it. We can't keep having negative strings put together. We have to be able to break the streak and play better.
Chris, go ahead.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Jarrett, can you describe just the way that Steph has the ability to disrupt defensive schemes and reemerge from a slow night to finish the way that he did?
It's amazing the way he can play. He has literally anything from half court to baseline he can score. Obviously, he's an amazing three-point shooter, and our schemes are trying to take away his threes. But at the same time, he can finish around the rim amazing. He can find defense. He can break down defenses just as good and finish at the rim. So it's really tough to play all 5 levels of the defensive scheme.
And it seemed like after he got off to the slow start, they kind of made an adjustment and started setting screens a little bit higher, even closer to center court. What did that do for them offensively?
It got him downhill more. At the same time, we were able to take away his three to a certain extent. He started making them in the second half, but he was able to open up things for other people. You know, Draymond did a great job. Draymond's an amazing player in regards to what he does. And he was able to break us down too.
Obviously, like a big part of your guys' defense tonight against Steph fell on Isaac. That's the way that it's been for a majority of his rookie season. What kind of message would you give him after a night like tonight where he does as good as he can, limits Steph the best he can, and Steph still scores the way that he does?
It's tough, you know. Steph still scored, but at the same time, what more can you ask from Isaac? You know, he does every single thing we ask him. He's as young as he is, as much in the league that he still has to learn. He still goes out there every single night and guards the best player. And after tonight, I tell him just keep doing what he's doing. He did an amazing job. Just don't look too hard on this game. He's gonna have a long career of guarding the best players. So players like that are gonna have nights like these.
Thank you.
No problem.
Kelsey.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Jarrett, you touched on it a little bit with the first quarter, but it was kind of the first extended look at the starting lineup now with Collin back. What did you think of just how you guys were able to play with one another and, you know, create the offense that you did and work with each other?
I thought it was amazing. We were passing the ball. We were getting the one more extra play. Even on the defensive end, we had each other's backs. We were doing everything right. So it's really exciting just to see how we can build off that, and especially how good we were and good we are with the limited amount of time we've had together.
Kind of going off that, you know, as you go through this last stretch, building that, I guess, just that chemistry and the time on the floor together. How does that help you moving forward in this last stretch? Just knowing that you guys can be so effective together.
It's big for this last stretch. We have a certain goal in mind, and we know how, when we've seen that we can play the right way, we know this goal is attainable if we do play how we know we can. So just going forward, that should build our confidence to the end of the year.
Thanks.
No problem.
We'll go to Marla for the last one.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Jarrett, you guys are right there, like within 4, and then there was some costly, turnovers. I mean, but does that, I don't know, give you, I mean, there's some optimism just because you did fight back and, you were right there. I mean, it was there for the taking.
Definitely optimism, and definitely, to be honest, pessimism. We especially even with me, I had 5. I led the team in turnovers, I'm pretty sure. So it's just optimism and pessimism. We have these great games and when we have these negative games, but at least we know the negative that we can take away, so we finally can make the step forward. And that's going to be a huge factor in how we finish off the season. So I said there's pessimism, but still there's more optimism.
Seeing how you guys came out in the first quarter and the things that you're building, especially the chemistry and getting bodies back, what did you see in that quarter that was different from the second quarter?
I feel like we came out great defensively, and I feel like offensively we were moving the ball around, we were swinging it, cutting, moving without the ball. So I feel like we were playing good all around in the first quarter.
Everyone in the league knows that you are a lockdown defender. You get kudos from even Jimmy Butler, from other guys, and even coach says you're a fighter. Tonight for you, what's your mindset when you're going against Steph Curry?
Just try to be physical, just trying to dictate him one way, try to make him take tough twos, try to just run him off a 3-point line. I feel like I did a decent job, but he still had 33, so it's too many points for me.
And then just not for you, but overall as a team, coach said that you guys weren't the same tonight as you were last night as far as covering for one another. What were the differences there, and how do you fix those going forward?
We just have to trust each other on the defense end. We got to have each other's back, like last night. We had each other's back last night, stunning for each other, helping you off the weak side. So we just got to keep doing that.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Isaac.
What's up?
Hey, so like a lot of the guys that you have guarded throughout the course of this season have been more on-ball players where they're starting possessions and finishing possessions with the ball in their hands. Steph is a little bit different because he moves so much without the ball. What is that challenge like compared to some of these other guys that you have guarded? And like, what's the key in that kind of matchup?
Not a lot of guys in this league could pull up from the logo like Steph can. So, that's the first challenge of guarding him all the way out there. And then just trying to defeat screens, just take away, run him off the 3-point line. So, that's pretty much the key.
What, when you have a night like this and JB says that he thought you did as good of a job as you could do against somebody like Steph, can you walk away from this kind of matchup, even on a night when the guy scores 33, feeling like you did a good job?
I feel like I did better. I feel like there's a couple possessions where I got detached from him. I could have been more physical. So, there's parts where I feel like I could have did better.
Have you ever run through that many screens in your life?
No, but I'm up for the challenge again. I can run through 5 more screens right now.
Thank you.
Kelsey, go ahead.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Isaac, with you guys getting Collin back tonight, kind of was an extended look with that starting lineup. What did you like about that group? And then kind of just getting a chance to play together now that everyone is healthy.
I mean, I was liking the way, like I said in the first quarter, how we were just moving the ball around. We were playing off each other, cutting, rebounding, pushing the ball ahead. So I mean, we haven't had that starting group. I don't think all season. I don't know. I can't remember, but I mean, just as we find that chemistry with that group, I feel like we'll keep getting better.
Does it, I mean, I know obviously to get the result you want tonight, but that first quarter, and especially when that group was on the floor together, does it kind of excite you and kind of help create hope, I guess, of what you guys can be moving forward just with that group especially?
Yeah, it does. It does create hope. I mean, like in that first quarter, it showed our potential on how great we could be. So I feel like as we keep building on it, we can improve.
We'll go back to Chris for one follow-up, and then
Isaac, Jarrett was talking about being sped up by the Warriors. What do you feel like it is playing against this kind of team that has a tendency to speed you guys up?
I mean, we just have to be patient. I mean, I know we're young, so I mean, we just have to be patient. And these are games where we can learn and just go build on from years from now. So I feel like these are important games for us. So I feel like we're just gonna be patient from now on.
And welcome back.
Thank you.
Just as far as you seeing, I guess a good portion of what this team could be, with all the healthy bodies on the floor. I know, chemistry is going to take some time to, piece things together. But what did you see, especially in that first quarter, that you guys can build?
Just pretty much just playing together, and just we came out really good. We just got to make sure we sustain that entire game, and we got to continue to focus on the little things like we did at the start. Like we made sure that we was helping Isaac out and making sure that we was talking and communicating. And then towards like the second quarter, you could tell that things started switching once second unit came in and they was getting whatever they wanted. Far as like their second unit, not our second unit. Their second unit came in and just was moving bodies and such like that. But like even me and Kevin was out there and we was like, whose help was that? And we just trying to communicate and trying to talk it through while the game was going. And when it's like that, we just got to make sure we're doing our job and doing our assignment.
And just knowing one of the biggest, scouting reports on Steph is obviously he's a threat anywhere on the floor. But what did you see in trying to contain him as a unit tonight, but just overall how Isaac was able to defend him as well?
Yeah, Steph is a great player at the end of the day, but Isaac, he did really good tonight. He made it tough for him. All his shots that he made were tough shots. He didn't get anything easy. So from Isaac tonight, he did an amazing job. I know you see him score 30, but at the end of the day, he's Steph Curry, and he was 4 from 13 from three ball. So just Isaac's presence and him getting a lot of deflections and him communicating and talking, a lot of things don't show up on the stat sheet, but you can tell he's growing. You can tell he's becoming a way better defender. And tonight, it was just one of those games where he really did good. So I'm proud of him, and just shows that his growth is continuing to grow.
And then last one for me, you mentioned how you and Kevin were trying to communicate defensively with one another on the court. But I also caught you guys communicating a good amount of times off the court as well. Was there anything that you guys were trying to talk through just between yourselves, and how has he been mentoring you?
Well, just off the court, we was talking about just once we go back in, a lot of things that he's seen. Just he was like, we're gonna run more of this, run more touch, and more off ball stuff. Like especially like when I came out the game, I went straight to him like, "What do you see?" Because he was out a couple minutes before me, so he was able to tell me what he's seen, especially like when I was attacking early and stuff. So Kevin, he just continued to be that leader and that mentor since day one. I know I can always lean on him, especially my rookie season. So now I'm just having him back out there is really good to see, and really good to have him, because he's one of those vets that you can go and talk to pretty much, even if it wasn't basketball, you can go talk to him about anything.
Kelsey.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Collin, expanding on Angel's first question, with that starting unit, it's kind of one of the first really extended looks you've seen with those guys. What do you like about that group? What works well, and I guess moving forward as this last stretch of the season, how helpful is that you do have this chemistry even so early on?
Well, I look forward to it. And it was our first game when having all of us together, I think all season, to be honest. So it was one of those games where we try and understand each other. And I think maybe the first one that or second one that Jay played with Caleb, so just different stuff like that. And we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. This last stretch, I feel like we can make a push. We got to take it one day at a time and one game at a time and one possession at a time. So we'll be fine.
With Kevin's ball movement and just how in his passing ability, just how does it help that unit? And open up the offense for you guys.
Well, we know Kevin is a willing passer and a tremendous passer. So we just got to continue to continue to move for him because if he sees us open, he's going to pass it regardless. Him and I feel like Isaiah, he's a really good passer as well. So we have some really good passing players, Larry and Dean. So from us guards and us wings, we got to make sure that we cut and move without the ball so we can help them out. I know a few times you can see like Kevin trying to thread the needle a little bit. And some Larry tried to throw it. So we have willing passers. We just got to make sure we're doing our part and cutting hard and going for the ball. So.
Marla.
Marla right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Collin, when you guys came out to start the game, did you almost look around and say, God, I can't believe we're all here?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was one of those where we talked about it before the game. Like we got everyone back, so let's try to go get one. Let this be our first one. And I feel like Chicago is another game that we can get for sure. And I feel like we just got to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's and doing what we're supposed to and taking it a possession at a time. That's it.
So do you feel like that first quarter, is something that you will? I mean, that's like your model for what you want to be, though, for 48 minutes, I assume.
Yeah, that first quarter was tremendous. We came out really good and we came out popping. So we just got to make sure we sustain that entire game.
Kevin, say anything after his first touchdown pass of the season?
Oh, not at all. That was just like with K-Love, coach wanted us to run because no matter where you are, he can find you, and he put it right on the money and easy lay for D. So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll go two more, Fedor, then Angel for follow-up. Chris, go.
Okay.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Collin.
What's up?
Is there any level of concern for you with your three-point shot at the moment?
Nah, not at all. I think no level of concern. I hit 3 tonight, 3 for 5. So I'm not concerned at all. I got confidence. I shoot at least 500 a day. So I got confidence in myself. I done been 1 for 25 before, 1 for 20. Listen, like it's you have those times, you have those stretches, and I had that time and had that stretch. But I'm continuing to believe in it and continue to shoot it. I know my teammates, they continue to believe in me and they want me to shoot it. So I don't have no concern at the end of the day. It's basketball. You're going to make some, you're going to miss some. But as long as you continue to stay level-headed and continue to have confidence, you'll be fine.
Are you seeing teams crowd you more out there?
Yeah, I am. And they want me just to pretty much, sometimes I see a lot of like teams almost like blitzing or trapping, just like whenever I get downhill, they want me to kick it or just try to find the next man. So I've been pretty much watching a whole lot of film on it and trying to understand what teams are going to do each and every night and just try to get a better feel before I go out there, before the first possession of the game, if I'm able to watch like other teams that they played. So I've been watching a whole lot of film on that and just trying to get a feel.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Angel, last one.
Just a quick one for me, Collin. Just kind of piggybacking off what Kelsey said, just about the different things that everyone has to learn now about what they need to do with all the pieces back, right? What are the adjustments for you? You talk about the film that you have to watch and the student of the game that you are. What are you seeing in how your game has to be altered or adjusted in order for everyone to just have this moment to gel with all the pieces?
Yeah, for me, like since we got Kevin and Jay and Dean and everyone like Larry back, I've been turning into more of a cutter. I've been turning more of a cutter and more pin downs, and I've been on the ball a lot as well. But just pretty much more off-ball stuff and just a lot of catch and shoots and just a lot of space and stuff so that I can let everybody else operate. And I know if I'm on the side where Kevin is finna pop, I know I got to make sure I cut out of there so my man's not even over there. So it's different stuff that I've been pretty much just learning, especially like the game with yesterday when they played the Hornets. I pretty much just watched the game and watched how DG would throw it and throw it back to Kevin and just see what Kevin, maybe he might go back or maybe he might go dribble handoff. So just understanding where I need to cut and when I need to cut, because like every cut has to sell out at the end of the day, has to sell out for the next man. Even if I cut hard and don't get it, it might be an open three in the corner. So I got to give it myself a little bit more and just continue to cut off ball and just continue to do whatever coach needs from me. So.